So we did have a question relating to the comments you were making about changes to an office, and I think we heard you that you feel people will come back and want to work in a professional setting. What about co-working? You think that's is that a thing to you? Is that a real trend?
Well, actually, we're working on a co-working space for industrial. So plumbers, welders, and electricians, and early stage product development. And so it's a co-working space, but not for office purpose, but for, call it more a trade space. And so it's trade sharing. Trade space, I think, is what the actual name is called.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine has set up several of them, and we're looking at bringing him in to do a 20,000 square foot trade space up in the mountains where I have a cabin and I'm doing real estate development. So I happen to believe that we're in a gig economy where you share everything.
Yeah.
And the idea of trade space, as you described it, or office sharing, or WeSpace, or whatever they're called, those things make a lot of sense at the early stages.
Yeah.
As you grow and mature, you're going to need your own space and your own elbow room and all that stuff. But I think those are, they just make sense.
Okay.
So, make a lot of
sense. So
you
would kind of endorse the people thinking the sharing economy, combined with the pandemic, is going to result in a lot of changing. I think, by the way, your idea of a shared space for industrial purposes, that's fascinating, right? All these kind of not to be sexist, they're more than just men, but guys in trucks running their businesses. They all need a landing pad, likely, and they don't want it to be their kitchen counter or kitchen table, so to speak.
Well, an interesting observation on gender diversity. And by the way, I'm a little disappointed sometimes in the diversity conversation, because people say, well, we have to have diversity. I'm like, all right, well, let's start with which diversity you care about. Is it height, weight, age, religion, orientation, gender? Which diversity matters to you? And of course, everyone's got their own. Well, which one's the most important? Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, in the context of trade space, we have found an incredible participation on spouses, siblings, partners, in terms of women being more active in these indoor trade spaces where there's more to do. Instead of just being focused on waiting for the phone to ring, they're in a trade space where they actually can spend time. And it goes back to when I talked about in my own offices, in our open office format, we get together every day. We have a conversation about, what are you working on today? And it's amazing how often someone says, oh, I didn't know you're doing that. I got one of these.
Yeah. And
the conversation becomes additive, and that sort of thing we're finding in the trade space example in terms of, call it, gender diversity. There's nothing to be said that it's skin color diversity or age diversity, but it is noticeable. It's funny you should bring that up.
And we're making all sorts of progress here in Ottawa. I think of Algonquin College, skilled trades. So we are seeing a lot more diversity in every sense of the word these days, and that's a great thing, of course.